Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into my channel, Live More Outdoors. It's been about 8 years since I've purchased a new bow, and I finally decided to buy a new one. I'm not the kind of guy that I can't afford to buy a new bow every year. They're fairly expensive, and once I get one, I like to get used to it. So I decided to buy a new bow this year, and I wanted to go to an archery shop that had a bunch of different bows to try. So the closest shop around that I found that I could shoot a lot of the top line bows, a lot of the flagship bows, was Drop Tine Archery in Allenwood, Pennsylvania. When I show you the bow I picked, I am not trying to convince anyone to buy a certain brand of bow, a type of bow, or whatever. I went to this shop and I shot a bunch of different bows. And I've even been to another shop and shot other bows. I shot Mathews, I shot the Verdicts, I shot the Traverse. I even shot a leftover no cam, and I shot from Bowtech. I shot the SS, the SR, the Reckoning, and I shot some prime bows, the CT5, and put a few shots through the CT9. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I shot a bunch of different bows before I made my choice. So I'm not trying to convince you to shoot a certain type of bow or buy a different type of some kind of bow. But if you are in the market for a bow and you're anywhere near Allenwood, Pennsylvania, I'll try to convince you to go to Drop Tine Archery. A guy named Jeremy there set my bow up, did a fantastic job. Awesome. I've never had that type of service before. So, I mean, this is about an hour and a half drive to get to Drop Tine. It was well worth the drive. So, got there, they let me shoot a bunch of different bows, and I found after I shot them all, I just kept grabbing this one same bow over and over again. And it just, when I drew it back, it just locked in place, and it just felt good. I'm not a big, I don't search for speed. I don't search all that stuff. I want it to feel good when I draw it, and it just locked in place. It was awesome. It just felt great to me. So, as far as speed goes, heck, I bought a 50-pound bow. I can shoot it all day long without a ton of fatigue. And if I'm sitting in a tree stand and it's bitter cold out after 3 or 4 hours of sitting there and a deer walks by, I'm not all so stiff that I can't draw that bow. I can draw it nice and smooth, come back, go. So let's go check out Drop Tine Archery, show you the bow I picked, and then I'm gonna fast forward through a lot of the stuff that Jeremy did with my bow. I just have way too much footage to try to cram it all in, and all the stuff he told me and everything. I'll try to do, then we'll come back here and I'll try to wrap up everything that he did for me and how it all turned out, and I couldn't be happier with my new purchase. All right, so thanks for tuning in again. Let's go down to Drop Tine Archery and check out my new bow.
Don't do that.
What's that? There's my buddy Butch. He's a little bit camera shy. It doesn't matter. His wife will be able to see him on YouTube later. Can I go in here for a minute?
Yeah, it's $25 to turn the lights on. Go ahead. Go on in there.
25 bucks. He's charging me $25 to step in here to show you this. Here we are at the inside of Drop Tine Archery. Man, they got a cool 3D range here. Indoors. You can come in here and shoot. In the middle of winter, I'm going to have to make a trip out here. This is only like the second time I've been here, but this has to be at least 30 yards long out through here. Nice 3D range, all kinds of targets, tons of targets in here. This is awesome. I got to come down here and shoot, but I decided to come down here to buy my bow. It's about an hour and a half from my house, so well worth the trip. Tons of stuff in here. It's awesome. So go out here and we'll check out the actual shop, and then I'll show you the bow that I picked out. I think the guy's name is Jeremy that's going to be setting up my bow. And they talk about every kind of bow you would want here. Prime. Man. There's my buddy. See, now you can see Butch's face. Say hi, Butch. Wave to you. Millions of people are going to be watching this. You know that? They even have an off-brand name bow here, Mathews or whatever, if you want a generic bow.
There's Hoyts over there.
I'm just hacking on my buddy. Bowtech, Hoyts, if you got $1 million to spend. They're good bows. That's my brother's brand of bow right there. He loves Hoyts. So, got a really awesome indoor, just a paper shooting range here as well. So we're gonna get with a guy named Jeremy. He's gonna be setting up my new bow, and I'll show you the bow I picked here in just a couple minutes. Well, here's the bow I picked. Out of all of them was the Prime CT5. It's in emerald green. I'm gonna open this baby up. Oh man. Now this is awesome. This bow just felt the best to me out of all the bows I shot. Shot quite a few bows down here. Shot some other bows. And like I said before, it came down to this one and the Bowtech Reckoning, but this one won out. This thing is awesome looking. I don't know if the video is doing it any justice, but it's an emerald green with black limbs. And a guy named Jeremy, he's gonna be setting this thing up for me. I'm actually gonna stick my old QAD rest on here for now, and got a dead center, the dead center stabilizer system we're gonna try out on it at first. They're gonna let me try that out and see how it works. I never shot with a back bar before whatsoever. We're gonna try that out, and got a really nice sight, AccuTouch XL. Gonna be stuck on here, but this bow is really sweet looking. This is something else. I tell you what I lack in shooting abilities, this thing will at least make it up in looks anyways. This is a sweet looking bow. So all right, gonna get Jeremy in here. He's gonna set this bow up. He's nice enough, he's gonna let me video him setting up my bow. So all right, thanks.
What color highlights you want on here?
What color are highlights?
Yeah, D-loop and...
Oh man, I don't even know. I never even thought about that.
Let's go with pink.
Pink? No. Green, man. Emerald green.
I have lime green. Does that work?
Lime green. That'll be cool.
Okay. So if you wanted to clear up the pin, what you would do is if you wanted to clear up the pin, you'd use a verifier. If you wanted to clear up the target, you use a clarifier. The only problem with that is you can't really, it's one or the other. So if you do clear up your pin, it will blur out your target a little bit. If you clear up your target, it'll blur out your pins a little bit. So it's, you have to find the
give
best.
and take or
it's
something?
It's a give and take, yeah. So what I would do is I'd start off regular, the way it is now, set up with a regular peep sight and a regular sight, and then see from there. But initially, if you're gonna, do you think you will use a clarifier?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I can see fairly well with my glasses off. I can see a little bit. Everything just sort of cleared up a little bit when I put my glasses on. But
the reason I'm saying if it's an option is I would get a specialty peep. Specialty peep is one you could screw in a clarifier, verifier, or different size apertures.
Okay.
So that's something that you buy it once, and then you could adjust it however you want.
Okay.
And if you want to come see on the wall here, I'll show you the different options we have.
Okay. Boy, stand close. That ball was really close to being in there.
That's where we're going to start it off at.
Okay.
We're going to start it off like this,
Okay.
and then from that point, and then we'll fine tune it to you then.
Okay.
So we know that it's front to back it's balanced, and side to side
Side
it's
to
balanced.
side balance. So now we'll shoot through paper now?
Yep.
Alright, now we're shooting it through paper.
You want to bring the camera over?
That's perfect. You hold that a second?
Yep. Here, you can take that one. Take it home with you.
Yeah.
Perfect bullet hole. First shot. Amazing. Things are going well here.
And 210s, they're all 310s. The only problem is, you might want to think about a $3 target.
Okay, so I'm going to do a very rapid explanation of what everything that Jeremy did to me, and I hope I can do it justice. But I am going to put another plug in for them as well. If you want to try a lot of different brands of bows, and if you're in the market for a bow, or if you need your bow worked on, and you're close to Drop Tine Archery, can't recommend them enough. So he did a bang up job, in my opinion. Attention to detail. So let's go over the bow real quick here. So I got my D loop and all that stuff. Got a small kisser button he put in. He picked the colors. He was trying to talk me into pink. I don't know why for. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I think he was just joking. Hopefully. But peep sight he put in is one that I can thread in different apertures and shrink the size of the peep sight if I want to. I can also put in clarifiers and verifiers. Right now it's at 1/4 inch. So, and I think I left the inserts down there at the archery shop, but I'll eventually go get them anyway. So my rest kept my old QAD, so it's still functioning fine. The sight is pretty dang good sight, really, in my opinion. It's an Axel AccuTouch. It has clickers here that I can adjust the yardage. Haven't really sighted much in except for 20 yards yet, but you can set these little buttons here and it'll actually click in place at certain yardages. So if you're in a tree stand, you could have it set at 20, click 30, click 40, or 25, 30, 35, whatever you want. So the sight's pretty awesome. It has crosshairs in it and a pin, fiber optic pin. Moving down to the dead center stabilizer system. I never shot a back bar before, and the dead center stabilizers, they're made in Pennsylvania, and as far as archery equipment goes, that's all they make. They make other things, but when it comes to archery, all they make is stabilizers. So Jeremy took this stabilizer, put it in a thing that pivoted in all directions that held my bow, and he monkeyed around with it and twisted it and moved weights until that thing was perfectly balanced sitting in this machine, left, right, in every direction. It was pretty cool. So the thing is perfectly balanced. And the dead center destabilizers, they're quick disconnects. Turn them, they pop right out. To put it in a bow case, put it back in, and they lock in really well. Got me removable weights and all that stuff. I'm not going to mess with that right now because everything is balanced really well. So, what else did he do? When it came to paper tuning, literally, the first shot through paper was a perfect bullet hole. He said it would be, but danged if he wasn't right. Shot one arrow through paper, perfect bullet hole. Took a bare shaft, shot it through. It literally went through the same exact bullet hole, just by the way I was naturally standing there. If you don't believe that, you can call down there and ask him. It went through the exact same hole. What else? Oh, then he took a bare shaft and he put a mark on it, and we shot my bow, and it just showed the natural twist the way the arrow wanted to come out. And mine was coming out, and it made a slight twist to the left. So my bow was actually twisting the arrow to the left with no fletchings. So he took my arrows, and he fletched them all with the left helical. And the reason he did this, he explained this all to me very well, probably better than I'm doing right now. As the bow is turning that thing, turning the arrow shaft to the left, if you had a right helical, it would have to stop that twist and then restart spinning it in that direction. This way, the arrow is coming out of the bow, naturally wanting to spin to the left, and the fletching just follows suit and just continue stabilizing that arrow with a left spin to it. So that was really cool. Then he refletched all my arrows with 4 fletchings, and I am set up and ready to go. Again, obviously I picked the CT5 by Prime. I shot Bowtech for I don't know how many years now, but this one just, when I drew it back, it just locked into place like a, I don't know, it felt like it was in a vise almost in my hand. And when I ordered this custom color, the emerald green, it's really super looking. Like I've said this, what I lack in shooting abilities, this thing will make me look good if nothing else. So, thanks for watching my videos. Again, another plug-in for Drop Tine Archery. Go down there and see Jeremy. Guy did a great job. Thanks for watching again.